Okay. So let me put up the invite thingy-majiggy. There you go. Let me share a screen with you so that it can provide a little background entertainment while I prattle on. Now, so this is just some general thoughts on love, okay? And in the ode to Steve Music, God bless Steve Music. You see, a couple of years ago, I got a phone call, and the word on the phone was that Steve Music had died. And I had not talked to Steve Music in 20 years or more. But I cried for about 2 days. And it puzzled the hell out of me why I was crying over Steve Music when I hadn't seen him in a long time. And it's because that during the years Steve and I were friends in Santa Barbara. Steve was a good egg. He was a farmer, a no-till farmer, right? Hang on, I have to get back to you. Hang on. Okay. So the caller tells me that Steve Music is dead, and I cried for 2 days. I was just weeping. Why? I said to myself, why am I crying over Steve Music? I haven't talked to him in 20 years. And it's because I loved Steve Music. And Steve Music never gave me any shit. He was just a friend. He never gave me any trouble. And I didn't realize it at the time that, all these years gone by, that this is kind of like a perfect demonstration of love. And it's clearly what we can see in Paul's letters and from Paul, and the Evangel of Grace, that God's not going to give us any shit. Christ is our defender. Anyway, so you know how Hollywood makes love stories? And we all know the love story category of movies. I'm going to give you a couple of movies that you wouldn't know from the surface are really love stories. But they are. And it's what I want you to think about now. So the first one is Aliens with Sigourney Weaver. Not the first Alien, singular, but the second movie in the series called Aliens, plural. And I have watched that movie 6 or 10 times since 1986 when it first came out. Aliens, plural. And in my mind, Sigourney Weaver is not the star of the show. The star is these 5 or 6 or 7 Marines who they love each other. They're fighting impossible odds. They've got each other's back. They tease the hell out of each other. And anyway, I think it takes a great deal of a bit of maturity to go to the level to where we can see that Aliens is actually a love story between a bunch of Marines who are doomed. They go into it with fearlessly because they have each other. They don't really give each other any shit. They do, of course, give each other shit because they're Marines and they have to. And they've got to have some smart-ass remarks and some bossing around, some orders, But you can read between the lines that these guys, they love each other. And the second movie I wanted to bring to your attention, it's really a love story, is Driving Miss Daisy. And it's a story about this old rich lady, and she hires a black chauffeur, and they get along and talk, and they don't give each other any shit. It goes through the point where they are both very old and see each other after many years, and they say the usual, "How you doing? How you doing?" And and they end up saying, "Doing the best I can." So they're not giving each other any shit. Anyway, what kind of inspired this was I stumbled on this band here playing a Pat Metheny song called James. Now, I have loved Pat Metheny's music since the 80s. And this guy here, this Alan Asio, is that how you see his name? Can't see, it's so small. He put a band together to play this Pat Metheny song called James. He wrote some music, he wrote some lyrics for it. And the lyrics remind me of this type of love that I'm telling you about. A love where you just accept each other and you don't give each other a bunch of crap. And in my experience in the Christian universe, there are a lot of preachers that I came across, and I went to church for many years, but I never got the idea that I loved those guys, those evangelical preachers. But when I stumbled into the teachings of the Concordant Publishing Concern, I really, in the same vein of thinking, I really fell in love with Dean Huff, one of the Bible teachers there, and Jim Corum, because they never gave me any crap. And I just look back on that and I just think that's wonderful. And I believe that we can see that. Oh, you got to go check out this song, this Pat Metheny song by this band over here. And I can't play it because I don't know what the rules are regarding copyright strikes and all that crap. But it's a wonderful rendition of James. And Pat Metheny didn't write any lyrics to it, but this guy who put this little event together, he wrote lyrics about James and I were friends and all the time going down by the riverside. And it's a kind of an epic poem about this friendship between James and the singer of the song. Anyway, it's charming to me, and I wanted to share it with you. But I do believe that God saves all, but how do you reconcile Philippians 3? I don't care about addressing that at the moment. Maybe we'll do it later, okay? I just want to stick on this theme for the moment, that I think it can be said that an epic expression of love is that you accept each other without giving each other a bunch of crap. And you can see this kind of love in some friendships that you have, like I had with Steve Music. Even though I hadn't seen him for 20 years, when I got the phone call that he died, I was wounded. You can see it in the lyrics of this James song when you hop over there. And you can see it in the epic battle scene in Aliens with these Marines who are fighting impossible odds against impossible odds. And you can see it in Driving Miss Daisy. And of course, far be it from me to deny you the fact of seeing it in the wonderful writings of Paul about God's love and grace for all. Okay, that's it for me. Grace to you.